Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here, bringing you another Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. First off, I want to apologize real quick because this one has taken me longer than I wanted to get out. So I'm sorry for the delay, but anyway, I just want to go ahead and move on and get to the battle. So, for those of you who are not aware, who maybe not check out my stream every day, the next tournament I'm doing on stream is actually an RU tournament for the RU tier of the Smogon RU tier of Pokemon, and that is what is going to happen in this battle. This is an RU battle, which is really cool. We've done an RU tourney before, but I wanted to do another one because there was some recent tier shifts for Smogon that kind of threw the entire RU tier upside down. It took a lot of the biggest staller or Wally Pokemon in the RU tier, such as Cresselia, Slowking, Prankster Whimsicott. It threw them into UU, and it took some really good offensive Pokemon and put them from UU back down into RU. That includes Flygon, Noivern, Scrafty, and even Kingdra, who unfortunately immediately jumped back up because he was too strong. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the teams real quick. I'm running Jolteon, Reuniclus, Flygon, Gastrodon, Tangrowth, and Drapion. And my opponent is running Exploud, Amoonguss, Hitmonlee, Alomomola, Electros, and Braviary. The first thing you're going to want to look at when you look at this team is the walls. That is Amoonguss and that is Alomomola. These share one thing in common: the ability Regenerator. So what that's going to mean is when they switch out, it's gonna boost their health. It's gonna make them really hard to contend with. They cover each other's weaknesses pretty well, and that's really gonna frustrate. Really could frustrate me in this battle because it would be very difficult to break down this wall core. Not to mention the fact he's got probably a Spectax Bloud, a Scarf Braviary, an Unburdened Hitmonlee that can really hurt me if I don't be careful with them. So let's go ahead and get into the battle. So my lead here is absolutely going to be the Jolteon. There's nothing on his team who can eat up a Volt Switch, nothing immune to it. I outspeed everything on his team except for Scarf Braviary and Unburdened Hitmonlee. He does lead with the Scarf Braviary. I know it has to be Jolly to outspeed me, so I stay into Scout a little bit, and he is Scarf Jolly as I assumed, and he will go for U-turn. I know he cannot kill me. I live a return really badly. I have Braviary. I know enough. And he's going to switch into Eelman the Electros. So, like I said, I'm just going to Volt Switch. It was a really easy play for me there. It would kill the Braviary if he stayed in. It gives me momentum. He does reveal Assault Vest on the Electros, which I was pretty certain he was anyway. And we're going to bring in the big man on campus in this battle. You'll see why just in a second. Reuniclus. I'm going to Psyshock. Now, I'm a a Life Orb Magic Guard set, so that is Life Orb damage, but I don't take it because of the Magic Guard. Doesn't do a lot because Almol's a really powerful physical wall. He's going to go for Scald. Like I said, a Magic Guard. I'm praying for the burn. I get it. This is a huge deal for one reason. Amoonguss can no longer Spore me. I reveal the Energy Ball, and I'm going to one-hit the Alomomola, so we're, what, like 3 turns into this battle, and I've already broken one of the walls. That burn, though, is huge. The Amoonguss with Spore can no longer Spore me because I'm already burnt, and I can destroy him with a Psyshock. So he brings an Exploud. Exploud is so very strong, and Boom Burst 2 hits my Special Wall Gastrodon, which is really terrible. To be fair, the only thing really that I was any good against anyway was, well, that I could do anything against was this Exploud anyway. I mean, his other special attacker is Electros, and it's got Giga Drain, so I'm going to switch into Jolteon here. Now, I went right off for the Thunderbolt here. Reason being, I thought maybe I could get an Oko on him. I thought maybe he'd stay in because he thought he might live, so I decided not to Volt Switch. Probably cost me a little bit here as he goes into the Mushi, and I'm not going to do much with the Thunderbolt, obviously, so I'm going to switch out, and we're going to go right back into my Reuniclus, and you're going to see why this thing is so strong. This thing is such a good wall breaker, specifically in the RU tier, for stuff just as this. It carries Energy Ball for Gastro, for Jelly, for Alomomola, as you saw, and it also can carry Psyshock for one of the biggest Wally threats in the game. That is Amoonguss, who also gets annihilated by Psyshock. So, like I said at the beginning, that wall court can really frustrate me. But I took them both out easily with Reuniclus. So, I think maybe he stayed in there predicting to live 1 and then get some damage and get a Regenerator boost on the switch. Unfortunately, I do get the kill. On the revenge, he's going to bring out Jolteon, go for U-turn. I'm going to predict the U-turn, predict Jolteon, or no Jolteon can live it because of the damage roll, and switch into him. That allows me to take damage I don't really care about, because as long as Jolteon's alive at all, I'm not worried about it. And it allows me to gain a little momentum here. So he brings back in the Electros. I'm again going to Volt Switch out. We're racking up a little bit of damage on him, though it's pretty irrelevant because of the fact that I know he's going to be carrying Giga Drain, as he will reveal right here. So, Flygon here, as you're going to notice, this Flygon's actually shiny. My original Flygon is not. In case you've ever watched my other videos, my original, not only is it not named Flygon, it's named Desert Storm, but it's not shiny. This is actually a different Flygon than mine. It's not choice banded like mine is. It's actually a defog set, which is really interesting. I didn't know he could learn that, so I had one built, and he actually is a defog set. Unfortunately, you don't get to see that in this battle. He didn't have hazards. I just went for Dragon Claw a bunch of times just to wear him down, so you didn't really see much, but hopefully in the future that can I can make use of that, because he's immune to Spike, Sticky Web, and resistant to Stealth Rock, so he's really good at that. So after he kills Flygon, I'm going to bring in, Drapion, and I'm going to take him out with Knockoff, because that's a really good kill. That thing could have been a real nightmare, and thankfully Flygon, I'm going to wear it down. Goes back into the Braviary. Now, I found this play a little bit interesting. He does go into the Braviary. He will fire off a Brave Bird. Drapion, even though mine's completely offensive, way bulkier than a lot of people can give it credit for. It doesn't even do 75, a little over half there. I'm going to get the knockoff going, and that's going to cripple this because it no longer outspeeds me, nor does it outspeed the Jolteon, his main threat. So after the knockoff no longer outspeeding me, I'm going to go ahead and hit that Cross Poison, unnecessary crit there. It is a 50-50 shot, but unnecessary. Sorry, I think a truck's outside. But anyway, I do get the kill. In comes Hitmonlee. He will reveal that fake out. Now, honestly, me staying in there, probably a pretty decent misplay. That could have cost me a lot, and I'll explain why here in a minute. So, he's going to go ahead and Earthquake as I switch. I should have taken the fake out on Reuniclus. I didn't need him anymore. He's outsped and killed by both the remaining Pokemon, so I didn't need him. It was probably pretty dumb for me to take that fake out. So I'm going to bring in Tangrowth. I know at this point is basically how well can I take a Blaze Kick, but he shows Knockoff and already showed Earthquake, obviously as fake out, and his last move definitely has to be close combat, so no Blaze Kick on this. Absolutely not a necessary move for him to run. It's a cool move for him to run, but it's absolutely not necessary in any way. So, but unfortunately that means he does not in any way, shape, or form threaten Tangrowth here, so he's forced to fire off in close combats, obviously lowering his defenses. No more Big Root on me, but at this point I don't even care. I'm going to Giga Drain, and he can only do it one more time, not going to kill me, and I'm going to go ahead and finish him off, wasting his Hitmonlee. Now, the reason Fake Out could have been a bad deal taking it on Drapion, if he switches an Exploud right here, as I Giga Drain, he's actually got a really good chance of winning this because I can't switch into anything, obviously, so I'm probably have to force the sack Tangrowth there. And then if I can't one-hit the remaining health on that Exploud with Jolteon or Drapion there, he kills them. And it becomes a one-on-one, or one-on-two, and what would happen is I'd finish off the Exploud with either Jolteon or Drapion, and then Fake Out would kill me because neither of the two left have enough health to live a fake out. So if he switches there, who knows? I might have done enough damage with Giga Drain to finish him off with Specs Thunderbolt, but I don't know. Either way, it doesn't happen. I do kill the Hitmonlee. He revenge kills me with Exploud, as you saw. I'm going to switch in to Drapion. He doesn't outspeed any of the, either of my two Pokemon, so basically it's just, you know, it's just me dealing chip damage there with the knockoff, doing about half, and then switching into Jolteon with his measly 11 HP and hitting that Specs Thunderbolt for the KO and the very, very narrow 11 HP 1-0 victory. So this was a really, really good battle. I enjoyed this a lot. We've only been doing RU battles for the past few days on the stream, and it's been really fun. Like I said, the tier has kind of shifted upside down with some of the changes lately. Stuff like Flygon, Noivern, and even Scrafty lurking in the RU tiers, making it making the landscape a lot different. Because they're very strong Pokemon, you know what I mean? So it's really good for wall breaking. Now, Reuniclus was actually UU before. I wasn't aware it moved down to RU till I checked it. I noticed that it moved down, so I wanted to run on the team. That is a fantastic RU wall breaker. Like I said before, some of the biggest walls you're going to face, he has the potential to OHKO. That includes Gastro, that includes Alamomola, as you saw, that includes Jelly Scent. Probably not going to OHKO him with Energy Ball, but would do a massive chunk, and would do a massive chunk with Psyshock as well. Amoonguss, as you saw, obliterated. It's Electros, a good bulky Reuniclus, can destroy any AV Electros, which is a pretty good threat with Psyshock. Really cool Pokemon, really fun to use. Mine's not even running the Trick Room. If I'm running Trick Room on that, very potentially it's a sweep. I mean, there wasn't much on his team who was going to handle me 1v1, but anyway, that's obviously going to be it for the battle. So thank you guys for taking the time out of the day to watch the video. Much appreciated. I apologize, I probably rambled there just a little bit. But if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and do me a favor, hit that like button at the bottom. It helps me out a lot. You can also subscribe to my YouTube if you have not done so as well. It'll give you alerts every time I get out a new video. And if you've not checked out my live stream, I encourage you to do so over at twitch.tv/xChrisCobain. I do viewer battles almost every single day, so if you're trying to get into one of these battles, whether it's RU, UU, or whatever else, that'll be your best chance to do so, and I look forward to see you guys there. But that is it for me, guys, so I'll check you guys out in the next video.